Hey guys, is everyone ready? Cool. So we're Team Compost.
Can you go back to the first slide?
Go back?
Can you just, 1 second, come on.
Man, she's starting the timer, I think.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm good. Okay.
All right, now that you start the timer, right?
Yeah, we're good,
Cool.
Thank you. So this is us, and yeah, the dog for some emotional support.
I get it.
Yeah. So what is composting? I'm asking this question because I honestly didn't know. And I know I'm a bad Portlander, but I'm just going to tell anyone else in the room for who else is like me. It uses a natural process of decay to change waste into valuable material. That's material that's used to grow other plants. It's a closed loop system, and it's really good for the environment. And in fact, about 43% of our current waste can be composted. That's amazing. So first, we wanted to do some category research into composting, what other technological advances have been made in this category. All we found was Hotbin. Hotbin is a great tool. It uses temperature regulation systems to create the optimal environment for composting. And it's got all the bells and whistles, but costs $235. The dirty truth of sustainability is it's very expensive sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
So, going into this, we wanted to create a compost monitor that demystifies the process, because who wants to open up a compost bin and just look inside it, really? And then it also helps to optimize your current cycles while staying affordable. That is, in essence, we wanted to lower the barrier to do good. So in order to do that, we knew we had to create a modular tool that works with your current bin to monitor precisely what you want to monitor. One that utilizes the different sensors of the Intel Edison to bring composting into the 21st century. And so here you can kind of see in the background our wireframes. This is kind of our first iterations going into this. We just kind of wanted to figure out what we wanted and get it all on paper. Here you can see kind of like a donut to talk about the phasing in a visual manner, with some toggles for temperature, humidity, motion, things that are really important to the composting process. And then also you can see we kind of at first wanted to get your temp recorded in an ideal temp based on where you are in the process, with some tips that are lorem ipsum to figure out how you can best reach that temp. Here's another version. And then also you'll see a sustainability score. This is kind of the first version of this, where we were trying to quantify in a really easy way how sustainable you are. And then we were also playing around with some kind of community system. And then also being able to link into other communities. Like, say your neighborhood had a bunch of composters who wanted to have a network. So visual storytelling, it's not necessarily pertinent to something like this, but we started playing around with maybe a logo, something really whimsical and inviting. I think oftentimes IoT can feel very daunting to the average consumer, so that was something that we wanted to make sure we took into account. And then building what we made, the important part. I'll let Tab lead it from here, or Brian, did you want to?
Obviously, there's a designer on the stage.
Okay, so the layout of this is not quite where it should be just yet, but we were playing around. Again, I worked a little bit with Katie on the storytelling aspect. I did some of the wireframing with her, trying to figure out, like, if we want this to be approachable, just kind of, you know, what kind of elements can we throw in. So we ended up just needing a landing page to sign in, and I believe we have a user already created, or
Yes.
okay. So once we put in our information, we have multiple tabs up there. Some of them have not been developed continuously yet. So we're gonna go ahead and just go to dashboard once we sign in.
So this is is the main interface that they're going to see when they log in. Right now, we're moving. Oh, the layout messed up. Of course. No.
Okay.
But in any event, so this will be the main layout that they get. We're going to give them compost points, what part of their process, like which percentage they are for a particular bin. We were able to leverage temperature sensors and the piezo vibration sensors. So depending on what bin you have, you're going to need different sensors. So we wanted to make it modular enough that we could make different devices with the device ID to give to someone, depending on what bin they have. And we're able to do that. We're able to monitor it and then also give them some information about where their temperature should be, where their worm should be at as well. So we're going to go back into the presentation.
You're actually out of time.
Yeah.
No, no worries. So we'll take questions now.
One question.
Oh. Anyone?
Where's the?
Can I see your device?
The device is right there. We were hoping to actually show you guys our API endpoints where we were sending our data because we're collecting at certain intervals. We had a lot of signal analysis to do, like the first 5 temperature readings were bad, and so we had to deal with a lot of stuff like that.
Okay. Quickly, are you doing anything back to the IoT piece of this? So are you tying back to anything running in the internet?
Yeah, so this is made in this is a Django framework. We're using Django REST. It has API endpoints, and so we used JavaScript and just a simple HTTP post call using Django cron as well. This is already built. We were hoping to show you guys, but obviously we ran out of time.
All right.
So this is a full.
Yeah, it's a good
system.
interface.
Can we see it even if it's not going to go, just judging?
Can we take that afterwards? Because we have a lot of people to go through their groups. I really do want to see that.
Cool. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.